During the winter season, the average normie hibernates.
Oh no! Can you guys hear me? Oh my gosh! All right, I think I messed up the intro because I muted myself. So, welcome to StackSats Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Today we're gonna stack some Sats, and also we're gonna be buying some more Bitcoin. Right now, while it's down, it's the best opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Don't be afraid. When you see the price of Bitcoin go down, don't panic and sell it. You should be stacking harder. Shout out to J-Dub in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for J-Dub. And also, remember, we're dropping the video of J-Dub's interview tomorrow at 8:30. I got it scheduled. It's ready to go. I had upload problems, but now it's all worked out. So J-Dub, 8:30, we'll have that video out, and I'll post it on X and all that good stuff, and I'll be on there at 8:30 in the chat for the premiere of J-Dub's interview of his Bitcoin orange pill story and his visit to El Salvador. So it'll be good stuff. All right, let's get into the beginning of the show, what you like to call Sat Strength. Now we're talking. Can you hear me now? Choo. All right. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is $40,747. Oh my gosh. You can buy 2,454 Satoshis for a single dollar. Yesterday, you could only get 2,100 Satoshis for a dollar. It's a freaking deal right now, guys. Stack Sats. Look at that. It's dropping. Oh man, I can't wait to get to the portion of the show where we stack some Sats. Today, we're gonna do a quadruple stack because it is lower than our average buy price and lowest purchase we've had in 2024. So that said, a Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. We call them Sats for short. If you collect 100 million Satoshis, you in essence have a whole Bitcoin. Like if you collect 100 pennies, you have a whole dollar. Okay, that's important to highlight because you don't have to spend $40,000 to get into the game. You can spend as little as $5, $10 a day, whatever you feel comfortable with. The point is, start stacking, because when you save in Bitcoin, that value is shielded from inflation, and it gets you outside of the monetary system that debases the money and steals from you. All right. Let's say you're walking down the street minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. But instead of good luck, you'll want the 24.5 Satoshis. 1 penny can buy you 24.5 Satoshis right now. It's the deal, guys. It's a deal. All right. All right. That's all I got as far as the intro. Let's get to this buying. Oh my gosh. Let's jump into the next segment of the show, which we like to call Why We Stack. All right, we're stacking because the money printers are always running, the banks are always issuing debt, and when they issue more money and when they issue more debt, they're creating more of the supply of the money, of the dollars, and when they do that, the value of each individual dollar drops. The purchasing power of each individual dollar drops. So what you do is you take money that you're trying to save for the long term, and you save it in Bitcoin, and what happens is, as the dollar continues to devalue, the purchasing power of your Bitcoin increases, and so you become wealthier over time without having to do anything else but buy the Bitcoin, take custody of the Bitcoin, and repeat and chill and live on with your life and do what you need to do. You don't have to become a real estate mogul, a stock trader, a financial advisor. You can just save your money and live on with your life. Go on with your life, okay? All right. I'm cutting the Why We Stack segment short because, dang it, the price of Bitcoin is at 40,600. And although I say it doesn't matter what the price of Bitcoin is, you should just stick to your schedule, pick an amount, and keep buying. But in situations like today, where the price of Bitcoin has dipped significantly down to $40,600, I like to do a little double stack. And in this case, since we're doing, anyway, let's jump into the next segment so we can talk about this whole buying process, okay? Because it's time to do the stack recap. I'm FOMO buying, boys. FOMO buying. Instead of FOMO buying the top, I like to FOMO buy the bottom. That's right. FOMO buy the local bottoms. So often on this show, we end up buying the local top because the time just lines up. Today, it's been lower than it's been in a while, so let's check out our current stack. In 2024, the lowest buy we've had is at 42,856, and right now it's at 40,800. Oh my gosh, I'm giddy. All right, so let's do the buy now before it pops back up, and that way we can get it done. Because I want to buy before it starts to pump. Maybe I want to buy now that it's at a low ADR. So give me a second. Let's go here. Let's end this music and get ready, boys, because we're gonna stack some sats early while the price is down, while the price is nuked at 40,700. Let's see what price we can get over at Swan right now. Okay, we're doing an $80 stack, and I'll explain it to you later. I'll explain it to you here in this next coming episode. Okay, we're doing an $80 stack over at swan.com. !Swan to get a link to go to Swan Bitcoin and sign up with our affiliate link and get $10 of free Bitcoin. All right, here we go. Taking a screenshot. Taking a screenshot of the preview. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Tasty sats. Oh, tasty sats. Preview going. Okay. I got my preview. I'm ending the music. I'm starting the drum roll. We're buying $80 worth of Bitcoin right now that it's at a low. Here we go, baby. All right. We'll wait for that to go through. We'll let it go through. Stack, 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 and stack. That's right, Andrew. I hit it, dude. We just hit it. We hit the not the very bottom, but we hit the local bottom. Hasn't been this low in a while. What up, Leonard? Let's go. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Leonard, Andrew, and J-Dub. Yeah, I FOMO'd, guys. I FOMO'd at a low spot, which is it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Let's oh, there it is. I think it's done. I gotta put this in here. All right. I got a confession to make after this too, and I know I got a confession to make, guys. Everything is good here, J-Dip. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to our spreadsheet. Oh yeah, let's go to our spreadsheet and update it with today's buy. Woo! We finally get to move this guy down to the cheap. We finally get to move this purple thing, fuchsia, to the next buy. So today, 1/18/24, we bought at 40,000. Oh my God, can you believe that? $40,855. That's a bargain right there. That's a bargain. We bought $80 worth of Bitcoin, and it yielded 0.0019381 Bitcoin, which ends up being, yeah, $193,881 Satoshis for the stack, and that takes us past the $1 million, not $1 million, sorry, the 1 million Satoshi mark in 2024. We're already past it, but we're at least 1.25 million Satoshis. So we're doing it. We're doing it, guys. I would say slow and steady, but not so slow and steady, right? We did an $80 buy yesterday and an $80 buy today, because yesterday we thought the price of Bitcoin was going to be below the lowest it's been on the show, but it wasn't. But today is. So let's get this. What color is this? That's not okay. Cool. So I go here. Make this guy, and this guy. We make it accept. Okay, so now the lowest purchase we've made, the lowest price we paid in 2024 is 40,855 for our stack. And when the price of Bitcoin is below the lowest purchase price we've had for the whole year, 2024, then we do a quadruple stack, which is our normal stack is $20. When the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price, we normally do a double stack. But when the price of Bitcoin is below our overall lowest purchase price, which used to be 42,856, then we do a quadruple stack. That's an $80 stack. That's what I thought we were doing yesterday, but in the end, we're a little bit over, but it was close enough. Today, we definitely did a quadruple stack, well in the 40,000s, and now we just wait for the Bitcoin to start pumping again, and pump it up, guys. Don't be alarmed by this minus 7.24%. That's just there to show you that it's gonna swing, especially when you first get started in your DCA journey. The price might go negative on you, but don't get scared. Just stack more, and eventually you'll be like our ongoing show stack for the whole since May of 2023 until now. Let's update it with the stats from today. Okay. Here. Copy. So see, we've been stacking for a long time, guys. So we've been stacking for a while. But we'll reset the schedule so you guys that are new to the show can not be discouraged and say, oh man, I should have started back in 2023. No, you can start. You can start today, and eventually you'll be in the positive. Okay. All right, let me copy these settings here. Hard Huddle in the house. What up, Hard Huddle? Welcome to the stream. We just FOMO'd. We just bought $80 worth of Bitcoin at 40,700. No, 40,800. I couldn't wait to get the purchase done, and guess what, boys? We did it. It's done. And so, see, since May, if you've been stacking since May 2023, like we have on the show, since the beginning of the show, your stack is growing a little bit at a time, right? And even though we had a downward swing, it's still, over time, we're still up 20%, right? So if you look at it just in 2024, our stack is down 7.24%, right? But don't worry, down the road, these times when the Bitcoin is price is low is when you make the most gains because you're able to get more sats per dollar, right? Just between yesterday and today, we got 10,000 more sats for the same money. See, like, well, about 9,000 more satoshis for the same $80, right? So, but that's how it goes. It fluctuates up and down, but it mostly goes up higher, and then when it does fluctuate down, it doesn't go as far down as you think. All right, so let's see what's going on here. All right, let's see if that's the final dip here for today, because today it's been working its way down, right? I think we're down. Let's see. Oh yeah, see the whole dip since yesterday is basically about 5%. It's about a 5% dip. Which is not bad. Not bad. In the stock market, a 5% dip is huge. In Bitcoin, 5% dip is nothing. It's nothing. All it is an opportunity to buy cheap sats. Okay, so don't worry about it. Stack harder. I mean, of course, if that works with your financial situation. Okay, don't do what the guy on the internet's doing just because it's doing it. Okay, look at it, figure out why, and make your own financial decisions. Okay, I'm just here to put that idea out. It's up to you to go verify it. Make sure I'm not a crazy dude on the internet. Right? You need to look into it. You need to see why Bitcoin is a good investment or why it might not be a good investment. And if you figure out why it might not be a good investment, come back in here to let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear about it. Hard Huddle says the price is going negative. Trade your meat. Trade your melting ice cubes. That's what he's trying to say. I think trade your melting ice. Exactly right. When the price of Bitcoin goes down, just trade your melting ice cubes for Bitcoin, right? For the scarcest thing you can own. All right, so because of the show and man, I'm super stoked that we finally got to do a good purchase on the show during one of the dips. We've been buying pretty much like around 11 or 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. Usually the price of Bitcoin goes up. It has like its little pop for the day, and we end up buying the local tops every time. But it doesn't matter. Like at whatever price Bitcoin is, I'm always gonna buy on my schedule, right? But it's nice today to get more sats for the same money I was gonna spend anyway, right? So that's really nice. But would I have not bought my stack today because the price of Bitcoin is up? No. The idea here is that you work on your stack, and you work on your schedule, and you work on the amount, right? Or not you work on, but you commit to, right? You commit to your stacking amount, you commit to your stacking frequency, and you just get it done. You execute, right? You get it done. And slow and steady, your stack will grow. And man, ETFs got approved. Let's talk about that a little bit, right? ETFs got approved. We're super stoked on that. I was expecting to see like a crazy jump in price as soon as the stocks got approved. As soon as the ETFs got approved. But I was like, man, what a disappointment, right? It didn't even like pop like I was expecting. So I think it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on. I think there's a, from what I understand, based on the stuff I've been reading and watching, there is a I guess it's called over the counter. Is it over the counter? OCT, over the counter trades or off the exchange trades. I don't know. Anyway, where these institutions can go and buy Bitcoin without going on the public market, right? That's how they accumulate. And so apparently, like, yeah, OTC, that's right, OTC. So apparently it takes time for those OTC stores, I guess, or sources to be depleted before they have to go into to like an open exchange where they would actually affect the price. And it makes sense that they would kind of make a deal and buy that stuff off of exchange so that it doesn't affect the price, so they can stack as cheap as possible, right? So that's why I don't think we're seeing the demand we were expecting. But that said, these institutions are set up to own a percentage of their assets in Bitcoin, right? So if they've been told to allocate 0.5% or 1% or 5% of their holdings to Bitcoin, then I don't think the OTC market can service all of that. They'll probably deplete it before they can service their goal, right? Their stacking goal of whatever 1%, 0.5%, or 5%, whatever their holding happens to be. So I think that what that does is it basically delays that big move up, right? That big candle up, right? A little bit. I don't know how long it would delay it. Maybe like a week or two. It's been about a week, right? And then on top of that, you have these ETF companies they're having like there's like the 11 ETF companies that got approved, or I can't remember how many. They all have a different fee that they're charging, right? They're trying to like outbid each other by charging the least fees. So like 0.25% or 0.3% or 0.2%, right? And what they're doing is they are outbidding each other to get to charge the lowest fees so that people will use their service, and then down the road, once they hit a certain amount of customers or a certain amount of holdings, they'll raise the fees on you, right? And so that they can start to make money too off of the gains that you make on the holdings that you have through them. So what's happening is a lot of people had Bitcoin or Bitcoin holding, not really Bitcoin, but a lot of people were holding GBTC, which is like a Bitcoin derivative, or not derivative, but it's like a Bitcoin. I forget what you call it, but that asset was charging like a 1.5 or like about 1.5% for holding it, right, as a fee. And so what happened is all these people that were holding GBTC started seeing that they could get better fees at the new ETFs. So a lot of those, I guess, institutions and people that were holding GBTC started selling it so that they could buy an ETF or maybe even buy real Bitcoin, since they were going to get a better percentage on these ETFs. So what ends up happening is GBTC, as the people sell their shares of GBTC, then GBTC has to basically liquidate Bitcoin so that it can let people out of basically give the money back to people that are holding the shares, right? And so what that does, it creates a sell-off of GBTC, which is holding some Bitcoin. And I think if they're selling it, these other what's actually doing now is lowering the price of Bitcoin because there's more sellers, right? In this case, GBTC, than there is people buying it, right? Since the real demand that we were expecting is going to the OTC desks, right? The over-the-counter desks. So once enough people switch their assets from GBTC to one of these ETFs, or just to cash, or just to real Bitcoin, then and the over-the-counter or the OTC supply gets basically gobbled up at these low prices, by these institutions, then they'll have to move into to start accumulating Bitcoin off of the exchanges, right? They're gonna have to buy it from miners or buy it from exchanges, and then that's when I hope that that's when I think the real gains for Bitcoin come, right? And it could be it could be like, I don't know if it's in a week or how long it takes to deplete. That's all kind of stuff is new to me, right? So it is for sure a bump in the road. It is for sure a delay in a way of the big pump, right? But it doesn't really matter, because in the end, even though we have the ETF approval and these institutions are buying it, the thesis doesn't change, because the halving is still going to happen, right? And so we go all the way back to the beginning of this whole show. The idea was that we save in Bitcoin and hold it for 4 to 8 years, maybe through 2 halvings, right? So this will be our first halving as a show, and what we expect to see with that is that the supply of Bitcoin gets reduced in half. The newly available minted supply of Bitcoin gets reduced in half. It goes from 900 coins a day to 850 coins a day. And so what that happens, it just basically creates less supply, so the price should go up, right? And that's built in. That's going to happen no matter what. ETFs get approved or not. ETF purchase volume goes up or not. It's the halving is going to happen no matter what. So what we're hoping with these ETF approvals was that we could shortcut the waiting of 2 or 3 halvings just by the sheer volume of Bitcoin that they're going to purchase, right? And that might still happen. I think it's still going to happen. I think it's just going to be a little bit before they clear out the warehouse and have to go onto the regular market to continue their accumulation and to continue to build up their stack that they're now mandated to build, right? Depending on what percentage they committed to allocate, right? So it's good. Overall, it's good. For us, it really is kind of like a blessing in disguise because it gives us more opportunity to stack cheaper. And you can stack cheaper right now. I mean, it's good, right? I have friends. I have friends that are waiting for it to go to like 15,000. I'm laughing because it's never gonna happen. I was kidding. If it happens, I'm gonna sell something. I'll sell my truck and buy a $15 whole Bitcoin, right? Sorry, a $15,000 whole Bitcoin, but I doubt it, right? The reason I bring up that story is not to make fun of my friend, even though it is fun to make fun of my friend. The reason I bring up the story is to don't get carried away. Don't believe that. Like, for example, right now it's at 40, right? And you might be thinking, oh, it might go to 38, right? It might go to whatever you feel like it might go to, right? And what's going to happen is all these institutions are buying it up right now, right? And if you wait to get in because you're hoping that it's going to go down to 39,000 and it's at 40,000 right now, right? The difference between buying right now and buying at, like, let's say 39. So it's at 40,700 right now, right? And let's say 30,000. Let's say 39,700. You're waiting for a 2.5% dip, right? So that you can accumulate slightly more SATs. But if it takes off on you, if it doesn't go down to 39, then you'll never get your buy, and then you'll miss the whole ride up, right? You'll miss the whole ride up. Okay, so yeah, J-Dub says, "Damn, Roman, you still have cash." I'm capitulated. I'm capitulated. So it's a good thing. It's a good, interesting story. So we talked about systems the other day, right? And you got to set yourself up with a way to, of course, accumulate more dollars so that you can convert them to Bitcoin ASAP, right? And have a system in place where you can either continue, like you have a regular job. That's part of your system, right? You sell some stuff, you create goods and services for people that can earn you more money, so you can continue to accumulate beyond your salary, right? And that's the way. This is the way you figure out a way to create value for society, so that society gives you wealth or money, and then you take that money and turn it into Bitcoin, or even better, create value in society that you can get paid in Bitcoin, and you continue to stack. That's why I feel like I'll never be out of dry powder, right? And it sounds kind of weird, but I'll never be out of dry powder, because when I'm getting near my being close to dry powder, there's always something you can sell. There's always something you can do. There's always something legal. There's always something legal you can do to get yourself another $20 today, right? Go look through your closet, go look through your house, go look through your garage, and I'm sure you can find something that you can sell for $20, $40. Okay, something you haven't even touched in the past 3 months, something you haven't even used in the past year, that's sitting in your garage, sitting in your storage somewhere, taking up space and keeping you from your SATs. Right? That's real right there. Okay? If you have a storage unit, straight up, if you have a storage unit, you're effing up. Okay? And it sounds mean. That stuff is, you're not only paying rent for that stuff, right? It's just sitting there not doing anything. Legal in one country. That's right, Hard Huddle. That's true. It's true. Whatever it is to do legally in your country, you do what you got to do, right? It's your moral compass, your region's laws, right? Is it really? That's crazy. That's crazy. What I'm saying is, oh, okay, got it. Get rid of your storage unit and all the stuff in it. Sell that stuff. You could probably buy better versions of that stuff down the road with the SATs you'll get from selling it now. Okay? And especially on days like today, when you're all in already and you're thinking to yourself, damn, this is such a good dip, go list something, right? You'd be surprised. OfferUp, I've listed things on OfferUp and sold it within hours, right? Could you go right now and list something that you have in your garage sitting there taking up dust on OfferUp? Sell it for whatever you want, $40, $50, whatever you think is fair value. If it's not, sell it for a little bit under fair value. It doesn't matter. It's not doing anything for you anyway. And the SATs you'll be able to purchase with that money are worth it, right? Now is a time when you're tapped out, when you use all your dry powder, start working on your system. Start figuring out ways to make more dry powder, right? To earn more dry powder, right? Sell some stuff. Go mow your neighbor's lawn. There's opportunity there if you look for it. Right? There's opportunity there if you look for it. I'm trying to give you guys a little pep talk, a little extra motivation. Okay, if you're tapped out and you're done stack and you can't stack no more, there's always something you can do to stack a little harder. Okay. Again, not financial advice, not telling you what to do. Just offering some ideas. If you're interested in stacking more at these low prices, what you could do if you need to get a little extra cash to stack a little extra hard during this little dip. Okay, I actually feel more passionate about stacking sats when the price drops like today, because I see it as such a good opportunity. I see it as such an opportunity that it's more motivating to list things. I should have been listing stuff. I should have been listing more things. I have like I've limited myself to 5 listings at a time because it's hard to keep track of all the conversations, and some people flake, they don't show up, and it's just kind of annoying, right? But still, on days like today, I'm like, okay, I could do a little extra. I could do another 3 or 4 listings and deal with that, BTC Moon Guy, what up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Round of applause for BTC Moon Guy. Let's go. Whoops. Let's go. All right. We're just basically talking about how to stack a little bit more on days like today when you have a little dip, to not get scared. Don't look at it as like I'm losing money. Think of it as cheaper sats. Okay. And if you're holding anything, if you're out of dry powder, like most of us are, there's always a way to stack a little corn, to find a little to get rid of some of the stuff you don't use, get rid of some of the stuff you don't need, and put the kids to work. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's funny. But yeah, that's what we do. Okay, so hold on to your stack. Don't get scared, guys. It's just part of the process, And the halving, on the way to drop me off my kids at school today, I was thinking about the halving, thinking they're asking me about how long winter is, and they were talking about it, and I was like, January. Wow, we're close, guys. 1, 2, 3. We're like 3 months away from the halving. It's pretty wild, right? 3 months away from the halving. Hopefully these OTC desks get cleared out soon, and we start to see Bitcoin pop off. Okay, and if not, no worries, guys. All we gotta do is huddle on for about 2 cycles, maybe even 1 cycle, and it could be life-changing wealth. It could be life-changing effects, you know, because when you're on that Bitcoin standard, remember the price of things are always going down relative to Bitcoin. Okay, that's and if you continue to live a modest lifestyle, you will find it easier and easier to continue that lifestyle. And then what ends up happening is you'll start to get more of your time back, right? You can have more free time to explore things that you maybe didn't have time to do in the past because you were a fiat slave, right? It's super powerful to start thinking about that way, and how a person that's been money chasing their whole life just to stay ahead, just to keep up, not even to stay ahead, just to keep up, working 3 jobs and an Uber on the side, starts to see the light at the end of the tunnel because they're saving in Bitcoin and their purchasing power is growing, right? And then they can maybe get rid of the Uber job, get rid of the 2 of their jobs, just go down to 1 job. How amazing. Have all this extra time to spend time with the family, do whatever it is you want to do, right? And eventually, depending on how hard you stack, you could end up in a situation where you don't have to work, right? And then what would you do with your time if you didn't have to work, right? You would be free to pursue whatever passion you wanted to, whether it be a fun passion or not, or a passion that's just selfish one, or a passion that is more to the aid of like the world, right? Like you dedicate yourself to finding the cure for cancer or something like that, right? Or you dedicate yourself to finding to helping people that are homeless or people that need to get fed, right? But you can dedicate yourself to do those things that you want to do because you were able to save in Bitcoin and have enough wealth that now those things are possible, right? It's like you benefit from it, society benefits from it, just everybody benefits in that situation, right? So it's such a beautiful thing. That's why I'm so passionate about Bitcoin and about spreading the signal, even though the show is not a big show. If I can help one person understand that mindset, that philosophy, it gets you, you know, it's powerful. It's powerful. BTC Moon Guy says, I was able to retire my wife with Bitcoin. No, that's such a good story, dude. She got her time back. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And especially after we had that interview with Adam, the Bitcoin Meister. When as he's talking, I think to myself, man, this is me like 10 years from now, right? Like this could be us 10 years from now, where you can do stuff like BTC Moon Guy and retire your wife, right? And let her watch the kids, you know, let her, you know, you can maybe even do homeschooling, right? And have to like take your kids to regular school and have them learn stuff that you don't want them to learn. If you're right, but it opens you up to have those options, right? But when everybody's too busy trying to cheat each other out of money and trying to money chase all the time, the whole society is affected, right? Everything, our whole society is based on like stealing, right? Really, that's what it comes down to, right? You're trying not to get robbed by everybody because everybody's trying to rob you, including the government, including everybody, right? So when you move on to the Bitcoin standard, and you kind of you have to pay your dues because you're stacking every day, and you have that commitment, right? And you have that understanding. Over time, your life will get better and better, right? Things get cheaper, and it's basically how it works, right? That's why we're here, guys. So stack SATS every opportunity you can, and when you're out of dry powder, there's always something you can do to go and stack a little more. Okay. And with that, shout out and thank you for tuning in today, guys. Leonard, thanks for helping me mod these crazy bunch of guys. I'm just kidding. You guys are awesome. You guys are pretty awesome. Come in here and just hang out. J-Dub in the house. Make sure tomorrow, guys, at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This time for reals. Already have it scheduled. J-Dub's video is dropping. I interviewed him and got his orange pill story. He also went to El Salvador, and we talk about his trip and what it was like. So that's coming out tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check out the video tomorrow. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday when we stack a little more. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later, guys.